What's up, guys? It's Chachi Power here to do a quick look at the Soul of Chogokin EnergerZ or EnergerZ. I don't know how they pronounce it. The reason I'm doing a quick look is because there's a lot of pictures and information already about the Mazinger figures. This is no different aside from the paint and a couple of little details. So let's take a quick look. Right off the bat here, got the little guy on the motorcycle. It's actually got a lot of detail for such a small little piece. It's so tiny, but it's got a lot of detail. It's accurately painted. There's no slop at all that I can see. It's really nicely painted. As we start moving up, notice how glossy the paint is. It's a metallic, like dark red, like a crimson. Believe me, this camera does not do it justice. The reds on this camera are not that great. Let's take a look at it from the side. The legs here and the waist, they're painted like a gunmetal metallic color, which is really cool. Here we take a look at the back. You can see all the screw holes, pretty much indicating where all the die cast is. And there is a lot of die cast on this figure. He's nice and heavy. But how much metal is a lot of metal? Let's take a look. So moving right along, we're going to take a look at the top of the head. It's got another motorcycle figure there with some guy standing with his arms crossed. Don't know his name, but it's a nice feature there. There's no hover or jet powders on this figure. I believe this was like a pre-Mazinger design. You know, when they were just designing Mazinger, they had a couple of ideas. I think this guy was one of them. If you'll notice, the chest pieces are dark purple, and check out how nicely molded his face is. The sculpt is very nice and sharp. The detail is very nice. He's got some of the red crimson gloss paint on his forehead and around his eyes there. They've even painted his fist glossy. This ramp back here, which is like a cape, I've seen pictures of the motorcycle running up this ramp. That's basically how he gets up to the top of the head. I don't have pictures of that. I don't have the box with me, but I'm sure you can find it somewhere online. I like what Bandai has done here. Instead of leaving a gaping hole here to leave room for the knee to bend back, it still has a piece covering here which actually sinks into the leg when you go to bend it. So when it's not bending the knee, there's not a hole there like older robots would have. So that's really nice there. Same thing with the arm here, although not as fancy as the back of the leg. I'm not getting into all of the articulation on this. I'm not getting into any articulation actually. I don't want to touch this guy. I haven't even touched him with my bare hands. He's gone right to the display case. I don't want to ruin that awesome paint job. But as far as accessories go, he's got open hands, he's got the fists. These are one of the optional hands I put on. He's also got the space back here for his other, I guess, what do you want to call it, the forearms, like the GX01. But he's got the same setup where the forearm goes into this other elbow piece. I haven't looked at it to see what it is. But if you want to display it with it, they go right back here. If you guys aren't sure exactly what I mean, I got this off my GX01R. It's basically a piece like this, like the lower forearm, and then there's an elbow piece. It's probably the same type of thing where this opens up. Don't take my word for it, since I haven't really gotten that deep into looking at the figure. It's just basically gone into my display case. Now, speaking of the GX01R, I actually have one here for size comparison. So we'll step the camera back a bit. And here they are side to side. Actually, we put them exactly side to side, so there's no perspective difference there. The stands are pretty much the same height. So really, the GX01R is a tad taller. I wouldn't say cooler looking. I don't know. I love the paint job on this guy. This has the polished chrome or whatever. Doesn't really stand out as much as that on the right here. And red is one of my favorite colors, so I'm going to be biased towards that. I'm actually going to do one more size comparison, and that is with the GX45 EnergerZ, which I put on the right there. So let's just move these a little bit here, so we can get a better look, get them all together. Alright, like I said, the stands are the same height. So we'll start with the tallest, which is on the left. We got the EnergerZ here, which is slightly shorter, not by much, and this, which is probably a tad taller due to the crown here. But if you look at the shoulders, this one would be taller. But it's just high comparison here. They all display well together. I recommend getting EnergerZ or EnergerZ, whatever his name is. He's definitely worth it. He's actually cheaper than the GX45, so it's a no-brainer. As far as accessories, there's not a lot. You just got these little motorcycles and fists and spare forearms, so don't expect too much to be able to put on a display. You're not going to get something like this guy has here. He's got everything, but it's still great value. That about wraps it up, guys. Stay tuned for some more reviews.